I thought I was going to be able to do one video, before I hit the wrong button on my phone, but oh well. Anyway, I got the part back in, and anytime you take a movement apart and you put it back together, again, you want to check for end shake going all the way around, even though you just got through doing it. If you took this movement apart and you put it back together, you want to check for end shake, because if you don't have end shake, the clock will not run. So now I can tighten the nuts back up. And after you tighten these nuts back up, you need to check for end shake again. Because if, for whatever reason, you have a bent plate somewhere in this, there's a lot that could be bent on this cuckoo clock movement. This little tab here could be bent, and if you don't have end shake, guess what? Your clock's not going to work. So after you tighten the nuts up, check for end shake. Every once in a while, I have to loosen up a nut in order for me to get end shake. And it's on a cuckoo 1-day clock. And it's because it is bent, and instead of me straightening the thing out, I just loosen up a nut just a little bit just to get end shake. It's not gonna hurt the clock. So again, all this works. This lever right here is the lever that I forgot to put in. This is the lever that makes the bird come out, and when it's done, it makes the bird go back in. So when you put that lever on, you want to make sure it drops freely, and that's why you take a toothpick to all the holes. Next thing I need to do is put the rack stop lever and the lift lock lever into place. And when you put this rack stop lever on, you want to lift it up and down several times to make sure that it balls freely on its own, and that it balls underneath this cam with gathering pen. So now I need to put the compression clip on, and when I put that compression clip on, you want it about a paper width away from the movement. If it gets too close to the movement, too tight to the movement, guess what? That rack stop lever is not going to bounce up and down as you lift it. And so this is typically where I lose these compression washers, is putting it back on. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do this off camera, because I cannot look over a camera to put this small compression washer on. So stand by. As you can see, the compression washer is too close, because this doesn't automatically fall. So I'm going to back the compression washer off. Now that I backed the compression washer off, the rack stop lever lifts up and down freely as it should. And while you're here, the third wheel warning pin, when you turn the great wheel, the third wheel warning pin, as I got the great wheels turned, is hitting up against this tab. The mouth of the Pac-Man is in this lever, and that's exactly what you want. If it's not, then you have to take this Pac-Man off and reposition it, and that's why I don't mess with those. So now I need to put the lift lock lever on. And it's got its compression washer also. So I'm going to put that on. Off camera. Same thing. When you lift up this lift lock lever, it needs to fall freely on its own without the help of this rack stop lever. Now we need to put the spring for the rack stop lever on. This part goes down first. Goes onto the movement first. And you might have to maneuver it a little bit, and then the spring comes down. If you don't think this spring is tight enough, you could wrap it around again until it goes onto the rack stop lever. And so it's not going to function because it's basically in warning right now. This lever here, these two different tabs, is got this up in the air, which is preventing it to move. So if I was to put this wheel on and move that out of the way, it works. So now I need to put the rack on and the snail basically at the same time frame, and because if not, this tab here gets in the rack's way. So now you want to do a function making sure it all works. All the way around. But the most important part is on the 12, 12:30, and 1 o'clock section. This is the 11 o'clock section here. This whitest slot here is the 12 and the 12:30 position. The 1 o'clock and 1:30 position is up here. So I think that's the 11 o'clock position still. So I need to, if you don't perform these tests, you see where it fell? It fell right here. 12:30 is going to fall right here, and 1 o'clock is going to fall right up here where it's supposed to. If the 12 o'clock was to, if I was to move this over a notch, one tooth, I'm not going to do it, but if I was to move it over one tooth, the 12 o'clock would be closer to this mouth. At 12:30, it's going to bind up in this area right here about 10 minutes till 1. Don't perform these tests, and when your clock stops at 10 minutes till 1, you'll know why it did that. I'm going to count this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Moving the minute pinion over. There's 12:30. You see where it hit? It was just in this area right here. So moving it over, there's 1 o'clock. 1:30 is going to hit in the 1 o'clock position still. So I think we're good to go. So the next thing I need to do is put the eclipse and the washer on this thing. And then I need to talk to the guy about the missing comb pieces. And but anyway, I'm at a standstill on this clock. I could put the chains on, but with me barely putting any pressure on the grate wheel, the crutch assembly swings back and forth. So that tells me that with 275 grams of weight, because that's what a typical 25, regular 25 with no music takes, that it's going to swing back and forth all day long. And so I'm basically at a standstill with this clock until I talk to this guy. I hope you guys are enjoying this presentation, these videos. Please leave me comments. Please hit the subscribe button. And God bless.